Hello guys, welcome back. So now I'm going to explain fourth question part A of this question in this video. So let's see. The following are the budgeted details are available from the records of a manufacturing company SP Limited. So they have given some information. So direct materials they have given as 2 lakh 13 and direct wages they have given some info like machine shop, it is 12,000 hours and assembly shop it is 10,000 hours. Further they have given individual amounts and in total it comes to 1 lakh 11,000. Now works overhead machine shop and for assembly shop they have given separately the amounts and the total amount which comes to 1 lakh 40. Now administrative overheads 92,800, selling overheads 81,000 and distribution overhead 62,100 they have given. What is required guys? What they want? In A bit, they have asked about prepare a schedule of overhead rates from the figures available stating the basis of overhead recovery rates used under the given circumstances. And what is this B? Work out a cost estimate for the following job based on overhead calculated on above basis. So we have to calculate overhead rates for the above. Like see here there are no particular rates, we have to find out the rates. Okay, so rates we have to find out and apply those to this table below. So see here direct material they have given 25 kg at the rate 17.2 per kg and 15 kg at the rate 21 rupees per kg. Now direct labor on the basis of hourly rate. Machine shop 30 hours they have given. They have given any rate or not? No. So how is the how will do this? So for the A above, like A bit is there, no, this one prepare a schedule of overhead rates. So we have to find out all the rates and there will find out this hourly rate, so that we'll do this bit. Okay, so hourly rate they have been given, see. So for machine shop and assembly also they have given hours but they didn't give the hourly rate. So we have to find the overhead rates from above and we should apply that to B bit here. So work out a cost estimate for this one. Okay, now let's see the A, how they are going to calculate A and how they are going to prepare a schedule of overhead rates and all. Calculation of rates also we shall see now. Okay, let's go to the answer quickly. Okay, now this is a job cost. Okay, job cost sheet for the period they have prepared. Okay, so you remember the cost sheet, no? Direct materials comes first. So direct materials they have given as 2 lakh 13 and direct wages they have given something like in direct wages only there are two things, that is machine shop and assembly shop. Individually they have given as this amount 63,000 and 48,000. Together if we put this, the total comes to 1 lakh 11,000. So what is direct materials plus direct wages? There is also something called direct expenses, or if we add these three we'll get prime cost, but here in this question there is no direct expenses. So directly direct materials plus direct wages, it is prime cost 3,24,000. Now what shall we add? Obviously works overhead, right? So try to remember the cost sheet. You have to know all these formulas and cost statement sheet, what are items involved in the cost sheet, you have to know guys. Then only you are going to put everything together into the answer sheet well. Okay, you'll get better grades and all. Okay, now works overhead machine shop and assembly they have given. Okay, so 88,200 for machine shop and 51,800 for assembly shop. Together it is 1 lakh 40. If we add prime cost and works overhead, what is going to come? Works cost, this is 4 lakh 64,000. Now administrative overhead will add to arrive at cost of production, which is 5 lakh 56,800. After adding, I'm telling you cost of production is 5 lakh 56,800. What is this administrative overhead? 92,800. If we have added, so cost of production is 5,56,800. Now we are going to add this selling overhead and distribution overhead to arrive at the total cost. Actually here it comes the cost of sales, no? So yes, that is total cost. So after adding this selling overhead of 81,000 and distribution overhead of 62,100, you're going to get the total of 6,99,900, right? Yes. So this is the cost sheet we have prepared. Okay. So here if you observe, for the machine shop this is the amount, and assembly shop this is the amount, and overhead, what is works overhead on overhead amounts are there. So for this all, for everything, so here administrative overhead is there. So what is this percentage on works cost and selling overhead, and all these rates we are going to find it out later. Okay, just below the table only we are going to find it out. So now that we have prepared a cost sheet, this is don't don't think too much, guys. This is the table that just now we have prepared, is directly from the question only. We have just put it in a structure. Okay, direct materials, wages, overhead, administrative, selling, distribution, this is all given in the question or not? See here, materials, wages, works overhead, administration, selling, and direct, everything is given in the question only. We just have put it in a proper structure by using a cost sheet. Okay, in cost sheet structure we have put it in. Okay, now the schedule of overhead rate comes here. That's what he asked us to find out. Okay, now first one is works overhead. Okay, so what is works overhead, guys? Total overhead amount by number of hours. Okay, that is what works overhead. No hourly rate we want. We want overhead rate. Overhead rate means what, guys? Overhead rate is the overhead for the overhead expenses per hour rate. So hourly rate. Okay, so total overhead amount by number of hours, if we do, we get the per hourly rate. Okay, so what is this overhead? In overheads only there are two things, that is machine shop and assembly shop. No, here, yes. So in works overhead only there is machine shop and assembly. So for machine shop it is 88,200 and for assembly it is 51,800. So he has put the same. What is the number of hours, guys? In so these are the amounts taken from the table or even the question. What is the hours you need to know? Okay, so overhead amounts we have done. Okay, now what is the number of hours for machine and assembly? Here he has not given. Here he has given. In direct wages, these are the hours. Okay, so yes, so for machine shop it is 12,000 hours and for assembly it is 10,000 hours. So we have put the overhead amount out. Now we are going to divide it with the hours. Okay, so what are the hours? For machine shop it is 12,000 and for assembly shop it is 10,000. If we are going to divide that, for machine shop the per hour rate is 7.35 per hour and for assembly shop it is 5.18 per hour. The hourly rates have been done. Now what comes? So after works overhead, what is there, guys? Administrative overhead. How much is the administrative overhead? 98,200. So how do we find out this overhead rate? Overhead rate, you always have to see what is there back of that administrative overhead. Whatever you take, administrative overhead or anything. So if you take overhead, administrative overhead, what is just above the overhead? Works cost. Just above the administrative overhead there is works cost. So how do you find the overhead rate? Means you have to divide this 92,800 with this 4,64,000, right? Okay, so how do you find this administrative overhead as a percentage of works cost? He says you can take anything as a base. You can take this administrative overhead as a percentage of prime cost also. That is your wish, and you have to put the same into the b. In the b bit they have told, no, they have given some table and asked you to find out. See here they have given direct material, direct labor, and they have given just simply hours. They don't have they didn't give any hourly rate or something. So you have to find it out from a. You can take base as works cost or also prime cost, but just what is above the overhead cost, you need to take that as a base. So just before it the works cost is there, no, so simply you can take that, no. Yes, so it is simple, no. That's why he took a works cost. So administrative overhead as a percentage of works cost he has taken. So what is administrative overhead? 92,800. And what is works cost? 4,64,000 into 100. So it is 20 percentage. So administrative overhead is 20% of works cost. Yes. Now what is just below the just a minute. Yes, after administrative overhead, what is there? Selling overhead only, no? So what is selling overhead? It is 81,000. You can take cost of production as your base, or you can simply take a works cost as your base. So he has already taken administrative overhead. For administrative overhead, he has taken works cost as a base. Simply for selling and distribution also take overhead works cost as a base. Okay, so for selling and distribution overhead also he has taken works cost as a base. Okay, now selling and distribution comes under after cost of production only, no, these two comes for directly sell the selling and distribution can be treated as selling expenses only, no, all the selling sales expenses. So he has put the two expenses together. See, 81,000 and 61,000 he has put together. You can also separately you can do for both. You get the same percentage. Like 81,000 divided by 4,64,000 into 100 you can do separately for selling expenses, and distribution also you can do it separately. So yes, you can he has done it together. Okay, so here he gets 30.84 percentage. Okay, now labor hour rates are calculated. How is labor hours is calculated? He has given here. Okay, now yes, so yes, let me go to the question. Where is this? Yes, here it is. So while calculating direct wages, in direct wages only, no, there is these two things, machine shop and assembly shop. So the amounts are also there, 63,000 and 48,000. So what is the direct labor hours? Direct labor is there, no direct wages. So what is the wage rate, guys? So for machine shop it is 63,000 divided by 12,000, and for assembly shop it is 48,000 divided by 10,000. Simple. Yes. Yes, that's what he has calculated here. Labor hours are calculated. So per hour rate we need to find out. So for machine shop it is 63,000 divided by 12,000 hours, and here for assembly shop 48,000 divided by 10,000 hours. The hourly rate is like this: 63,000 divided by 12,000 comes to 5.25 per hour, and 48,000 divided by 10,000 hours, which comes to 4.8 per hour, right? Yes, this is how you calculate per hour rate. And administrative and selling and distribution overhead rates, you take something as a base. Better in almost everything questions like this, they take works cost is only the base, appropriate base for these overhead rates and all. Okay, yes. So with this we have found out the overhead rates. So prepare a schedule of overhead rates from the figures available. So done, no? So a bit has been done. We have found out the overhead rates, and the labor per hour rates also done. Yes. Now what is B bit? What is he asking? Work out a cost estimate for the following job based on overhead calculated on above basis. So based on above overhead rates only, he wants us to find this what cost estimate. So he wants us to find out the total cost. How is total cost calculated? Direct material plus direct wages, then comes the prime cost, and you add overhead and all. Yes. So here as per the question, here he has given 25 kg at the rate 7.20 and 15 kg at the rate 21. Now so by using this info, if you calculate this, you get, so for the first one, 25 kg into 7.2 per kg, here comes to 430, and 15 kg at the rate 21 per kg, which comes to 315. Now the total is 745. And the labor, for labor there are two things, no, machine shop and assembly shop. They have given about the hours but not rate. So do we know the rate now? Yes, we just found out, no. So 30 hours into 5.25. How? Here we have calculated, no. Labor hours, guys, this is different from here. works overhead hourly rate we have found out, and here labor hours also we have found out. So here we have to put the labor hours rate or overhead rates. Labor hours rate only. So for the machine shop it is 5.25 into 30 hours, which comes to 157.5, and for assembly shop it is 4.8, which is they have given 42 hours into 4.8 per hour, which comes to total of 201.6. So total comes to 359.10. So the what is the prime cost, guys? This is direct materials plus direct labor, which is 1104.1. Now what comes after prime cost, which is nothing but works overhead. For works overhead, similarly same hours, but the rate changes. What are the rates for overhead? We found out, no, here 7.35 per hour and 5.18 per hour. So we are going to just substitute here. For 30 hours it is 7.35 per hour, and for 42 hours assembly shop it is 5.18 per hour. So if we are going to add this to assembly shop and machine shop, total comes to 438.06. Now prime cost plus works overhead cost comes to works cost, which is 1542.16. So here there is no much information afterwards, only direct material and direct labor only they have given. How are we going to find out total cost? Means based on the above rates only. Till works cost, you know everything. Till works cost information is there. What are you going to do after works cost? Administrative overhead usually comes. We don't know, no, nothing is given in the question, but we are going to, he only said use the above rates. So what is administrative overheads as per above? Yes, so here it is 20% of works cost. That information we know, no. So here in this question we have works cost, so just simply put the 20% of this 1542. So 20% of works cost, which is 20% of 1542.16, which comes to 308.43. Now the cost of production we have arrived, which is 1850.59. So what comes after cost of production? Selling and distribution, no, which is, we have found out the rate, no. What is selling and distribution overhead? As per the above overhead calculated rate, it is 30.84 percentage, isn't it? Yes. So here we have to put that percentage on works cost. So what is 30.84 on 1542.16? It is 475.6. So if we add cost of production and selling and distribution, we get the total estimated cost, which is 2326.19. So he asked us to find out what? Where is this? Yes, he asked us to find out cost estimate for the following job based on the overhead basis calculated above. So on the basis of overhead rates which have calculated above only, we have find out the total cost estimated. Yes, so a bit over, right? So B and C are theory questions. So you just give it a read once. So you just read and you'll get to know what is what and all. You have to have the conceptual clarity, but don't just go into the theory and all. Don't just put more time to the theory questions of costing, because the scoring and major part of the question paper comes from the practical ones only, no. So that's why I'm not explaining the theory ones here. So okay, with this I'm going to end this video, because B and C are theory questions, right? So just once read by yourself, and now I'm going to post the fifth question as well. Please go and watch that video as well. I'm going to post it very soon, and give it a thumbs up, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, and for the for more videos and also other mock tests and other subjects, let me know in the comment section which subjects or whatever you want in the comment section. I'll reply to every comment. Thank you, guys.